Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, I tell you what guys, I have probably said it recently, well, I know I've said it recently in a few videos, that, we've seen some of these newer companies come on board, putting out knives and stuff, and, some of them have been okay, and some of them, need to up their game, especially in that 40 to 60 price point. And this is exactly why I say that. This is the Civivi Placoid. Now, just as a reminder, this knife is our SMKW affiliation knife for the month of January. But I mean, and it's true. This is exactly why. I mean, you're looking at this knife. I mean, it's a good sized knife too. Very well made. Civivi does a great job. And you're looking at just under 55 bucks. And Civivi just continues to do that. Put out really good, very good budget knives. So, what do we have in the Placoid? Well, you can probably see already, but I mean, we've got G10, of course, but it is very, very coarse. Look at the milling going on there. And I mean, you want to talk about grip. Holy cow, this thing has some fantastic grip on that G10. Open construction, fit and finish as always. Now, I mean, it's milled coarse, so you're going to get that coarse feeling, but, stuff's chamfered off where it needs to be. Absolutely, 100%. You got a slight bit of kind of letterboxing going on with those liners. They do protrude just a tiny bit, not a whole lot, but you've got a reversible pocket clip, recessed screws, and overall the fit and finish is once again, pretty much on point for what we've come to expect from the Civivi brand. Deep carry clip. I mean, you might have a little bit poking out of your pocket, but not much at all. Now, it's not recessed into the G10 there, but it doesn't always have to be. It's nice. It's nice when it is, but nothing too major there. You've got a couple different methods of deployment. Of course, you've got the flipper tab. You've got the dual thumb studs going on. If you're good enough, you can get behind that and reverse flick it. Yeah, but I can't. Not on this one. The D10's pretty solid. I cannot get enough leverage behind it to reverse flick it, but does jump out there on that flipper tab, and the action on this thing. I mean, there's no shake. Well, there's my natural shake that just kind of comes with age, I guess, but no. The action, I mean, yeah, just so smooth. Jumps out on the flipper tab, jumps out on the thumb studs. Now, I really like the shape of this blade. It's kind of sort of like a drop clip. They call it a clip point. You've got a nice swedge going on. You've got some jimping there on the spine that is done, in my opinion, perfectly. I mean, it catches my thumb great. It holds me in place. There's your sharpening choil going on there. The finish, got a nice black wash going on. But overall, yeah, 14C28N on the blade steel. And yeah. Now, it's a good sized knife. It's actually, I'm going to have to zoom out just a little bit, but it is a very, very good sized knife. Let's go to the spec check. Now, it's pushing, well, it's over 9.5 inches. It's almost 9 3/4. So, yes, those of you that are looking for larger knives, well, here you go. The Placoid is definitely that. You're looking at about 5 inches on the handle length. Overall blade length, you're looking at about 3 3/4, pretty much a full cutting edge going on there. And then your grip length is coming out to about 3 3/4. So, just the way the handle is shaped, I mean, it's a little bit more than what, that 3.5 that I like, but it still feels very, very good in hand. We'll get our spec checks out there for you. Here you go. There you go. There is your bug out. Yeah, definitely dwarfs the bug out. And the PM2 would be a little bit better. but it's still a much larger knife than the PM2. Well, blades probably get her lined up for sure. I mean, not much on the blade, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Handles got it by, probably about the same, 1/4 of an inch. So it just looks a lot bigger. Get a weight on it. What do we got? Got some weight, 4.6, nothing too major, and that's 129 grams. Get the old pocket out, in and out of the pocket. Even with that coarse G10, goes in the pocket very nicely. Like I said, you do have just a tiny, tiny bit coming out, and out of the pocket, got a decent pop on the pocket clip. It's a pretty stiff clip. I don't think I'd want it any more. You know, I think that would kind of detract from how easy it does go, or smoothly. That's the word. How smoothly it goes in the pocket. Now with that coarse G10, you know, it's going to be a little bit rougher in and out. But that's what I was saying. If the pocket clip was any tighter, it might be more of a pocket grinder. You know what I mean? But overall, I mean, that's why I started off saying what I did in this video. Is, you know, I think it's awesome that we're seeing all these newer knife companies come out. I really do. It gives people options, and, you know, budget is always good in my book for sure. But if you're going to come out in that 40 to 60 range, you've got to have your game elevated, because it's knives like this, and I mean several other brands. They don't. Petrified Fish does pretty darn good. Many other brands, you know, that are working out well in that. And I mean, not only Civivi, but then of course you've got Sencut. You know, in that kind of the, what's Sencut? Sencut kind of goes in that $40 to $50 range. That's pretty much where they live. Civivi, now you're looking at that 50 to kind of 80, depending on materials. You know, you get some Damascus and wood handles. They tend to be up in that $80, $85 range. Maybe some Nitro V or something like that. But, I mean, 14C28N, rather large knife. Very, very well made. Terrific action. The action on this knife is what just, it's fantastic. I mean, this is, to me, it doesn't get any smoother than that. Just a nice rotate and it falls shut. And yeah, Civivi, to me, has done it again. Now, I know I've had some people ask about larger knives. Well, you know, I went in search of a larger knife that, being this is an affiliation knife, you know, I have whatever I get from my SMKW affiliation each month, and the Placoid fell right in there. Had to kick in a couple of bucks, but nothing major, so that's okay, you know. So I wanted to get a larger budget-friendly knife on the channel, and the Placoid has absolutely 100% completely fulfilled what I was looking for. So, as always, guys, with that SMKW affiliation, it'll be given away here in about a week or so. You know, we'll let it run and get some folks in on it. But let's see. Let's talk about that. Definitely got some weight reduction going on. 4.6 ounces with that weight reduction. Fit and finish and action, I think I've covered that. Ergonomics. Ergonomics are very, very good. You know, like I said, it's a little bit bigger handle, of course. But just the way it's shaped, my hand fits in there very nicely. It feels very, very good in hand. Pocket clip isn't even remotely an issue. You know, if I squeeze real hard, you can kind of see that coarse G10. But I tell you what, you're wearing gloves or something like that, it's not going to come out of your hand. It's, I mean, even, you know, bare skin. But I was thinking more with gloves and stuff like that. You're going to grip. You're going to grip this knife. So, yeah, Civivi, once again, has really knocked it out of the park. I think I probably say that every time, just because it's true. They do well. It's hard to deny what they have going on. And like I said, if you're jumping into that $40 to $60 range as a knife company, I mean, this is what you've got to compete with. And if you can't, you can't. I guess it's that simple. So, thanks a lot, guys, for stopping by today. I greatly, greatly appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate your support. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.